What's up, everybody? We back again. Come on now. We back. Just got done with the live with my boy Big Meech. You already know. Go check it out on the Still Talk page as we are still jumping. Come on, man. But for this episode, this is Jump In with Jack, baby. If you don't know, I'm Jack, aka Big Jack. Come talk to me, man. Welcome to Jump In with Jack podcast. Bengals podcast, baby. But today's subject is we trying to be the GM. We gonna step into the role of off season right now. Because you know, right now, playoffs are still going on for some teams, but for us, we not. So we're gonna worry about what we can do to help this team be better next year and fill the holes that we gotta fill and make sure that we come in next year swinging. So today's episode, D line. Let's talk about it, man. Let's jump in. So my first D line has been a big eyesore in our on our team outside of Trey Hendrickson. As y'all probably already know, Trey Hendrickson is out of there. So, he made 30 mil this year, but he's out of there. Um, I don't see Trey Hendrickson coming back. I don't see us making a way for him to come back unless it's on a cheap deal. Because obviously, with the injuries and everything else that happened to him this year, I don't think they're taking the opportunity to try to bring him back for another year. Do I think it's sad? Yes, because I didn't want Trey Hendrickson's last year as a Cincinnati Bengal to be like this. And I think he could have won. He could have been a reason we won some of these games that we lost, especially some of those close games, especially some of those games like the Bears game and the Bills game. And we can go down the line. But again, we're not focused on the past anymore. We focus on the future. And I got three guys that I think can help us in the future. And number one is a guy that we all know. He's been in contention, and I think won a defensive player of the year. He's been a guy that's mentored a couple guys already and made them into up and coming stars. One of the guys being JT Tuimoloau from the Los Angeles Chargers. Another guy was being helping out another guy named Adafia, who's going to be on this list. But I'm gonna go ahead and say his name. Actually, no, I'm gonna wait to say his name. But if you already know the Chargers, you already probably know who I'm talking about. It's Khalil Mack. This guy came into this year with 19 solo tackles, 5.5 sacks. He gave me four forced. He gave us four. He gave the Chargers four forced fumbles, which is pretty impressive. Seemed that he broke his forearm in about week 6 or 7 and missed a good portion of the season. Didn't come back to late in the season, close to playoff time. So the fact that he was still that productive and still was able to be a great mentor to those young guys, i.e. JT Tuimoloau, and another guy who I also have on this list is amazing. I think he would be a great addition to the team because I feel like with guys like Shamar Stewart, who has a great build as a in the sense of physique, in the sense of him being 6 foot plus tall or 6'3" plus tall, almost 260 pounds, moving at a great flashlight, moving like a cat. I think this will be a great person for him to mentor so he can be able to understand what it is to be a pass rusher. And I think that's the perfect guy to bring here to do that. And I think another guy that he could help mentor, obviously coming off a season where he was, you know, not great, not bad, but he showed some mid tierness showing that he's finally starting to figure out the game. That's Miles Murphy. I think Khalil Mack with Miles Murphy would help him be a better player, but also it would help some of these younger guys that we have on the defensive end, defensive line side, become better players because now they're not fighting reps. I feel like Khalil Mack knew his role with the LA Chargers. He knew JT Tuimoloau was the next up and coming thing. He knew that he was slowly getting older. So he took it upon himself to bring those guys up under his wing and make those guys better. And I think that's what we need from a guy in our defensive end room because for the last couple of years, we haven't had that guy. Trey Hendrickson's been the only guy, but he's been in his prime. So he doesn't have time to teach because he is the guy making all the plays. So I would love to see a guy come in who not only is already solidified as one of the best edge rushers to play the game in the sense of our era, but a guy who has a dominant bag, who's a good teacher, which he's as a proven good teacher with the way JT Tuimoloau played this season, and our other guy on this list played this season after being traded, by the way. So I think this would be a great person to bring into the locker room, a great person to bring to our defensive line room. I think this will put us in a great standpoint going into the next part of our tenure next year. Because again, if I'm Zach Taylor, I'm looking at it like this: we're bringing this guy in. Not only can he be a great player for us and be a guy to be a force in the run and/or pass game, he's also a guy who can help our young guys grow and become better players, which we need right now. Because Miles Murphy's on the last year of his rookie deal, and Shamar Stewart starting the second year of his rookie deal. So this would be a great person to bring in to give a full off season to be able to get him in it, get him along with these two guys and let him literally pour everything he has into these guys to be able to be the best players they can be. And if he turns out well, guess what? You got two pass rushers, one that you got to pay, and another one you got for another 2 years to be able to figure out what you're going to do with. And even if you don't pay him, you got trade capital at that point if you want to trade him. So let's think about Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack will be a great choice. But Khalil Mack will also be a great choice. Will be a great choice. But another guy, if we can't bring in pieces that are mentors, I would love to bring in pieces that are finally starting to show promise and show that they can be players in this league. And that next guy is Adafe Owe from the Los Angeles Chargers. I know it sounds like I'm ripping everybody from the Chargers, but there's a reason why I want this guy. He sat under Khalil Mack this what he was under Khalil Mack's tutelage this year, and he went from a guy who they thought was a bust on the well, not even gonna say a bust, but wasn't a good rusher with the Baltimore Ravens. He goes to the Los Angeles Chargers, and all of a sudden he knows how to rush the quarterback. He knows how to rush the quarterback again. I think with another year under Khalil Mack, I think him and JT Tuimoloau would have been a dominant duo. Having him on one side, Adafe away on the other, and a great pass rush. I think those two guys are great, two good third down guys. And then again, this goes back to something that we saw in the later years with the later in the year this or later in the year this year with the Bengals, where they had Miles Murphy and Shamar Stewart playing those one technique and three technique, and then two great two edge rushers that are like good speed rushers with John with Sample and Osai. Now, obviously, Sample and Osai are nowhere near the rushers I think Odafe Away or JT Tuimoloau are. But I think with if you add Odafe Away to that situation, you can find you an edge rusher in the draft that you may be fond of if you don't have a chance at Caleb Downs. And now you get Odafe Away, let's just say, for example, Arvell Reese, or even let's just throw a crazy name out there, let's a Ruben Bain or a Massador, and you get Adafe Away, Massador, Shamar Stewart, and Miles Murphy on the inside, and they really get to try to wreak havoc on third down. Where we struggled this year on third and long, I feel like we were one of the worst. We were one of the worst. Not even I think we were one of the worst teams on third down this year, especially third and long. And I think we were I think that would put us in a better situation on those third down when we know we can get after the passer immediately. And they can't just run out the pocket because we got two guys who are not really D tackles playing D tackle, trying to get after you. Like I feel like that speed rush package would be amazing. Well, NASCAR package would be amazing, like how Texas used to do back a year ago when we had Anthony Hill, Colin Simmons, um, Baron Sorrell, Trey Moore, and we used to put all those guys in on third and longs, and we literally said, "Go pin your ears back, go get my quarterback." And well, go get my ball back. And that caused so many turnovers because now the secondary doesn't have to play for so long. They're not, it's you know what's coming. And if you want to throw stunts in, you can because now you have the mobile ability to be able to throw stunts, anything you want. And sending five or six is even more dangerous because now you have a lot of bodies moving at a high rate of speed coming at a quarterback. So this puts you in a better situation defensively. And I think Al Gordon would love something with that versatility on his defense because you saw it this year where in a certain place he would drop Trey Hendrickson in the coverage. He would drop Osai in the coverage. he would drop Cam Sample into a mid read and just make him lurk the middle of the field. And it wasn't like a beautiful work of art because obviously it didn't always work, but it was cool to see. And I think that would be a great way to be able to upgrade this defense, upgrade this defensive line, and upgrade the edge position off the rip. But we all know right now we were one of the worst teams in rush defense. We know that. So let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Let's go get a D tackle. So I say John Franklin Meyer from the Denver Broncos. He's going to be an upcoming free agent this year. I think he would be a great addition. We want to talk about pushing the pocket. Think about it. He had let me make sure I got the numbers right. He had 70.5 sacks this year with the Denver Broncos. And that's with Nick Benito coming off the edge and Zach Allen in the at the other D tackle spot. Think about what he could do with a TJ Slate who's taking up 2 blocks and he's one on one all the time. And I don't think they want to leave one on one with TJ Slayton because we've seen one on one with TJ Slayton is not a good idea. So I think this would be a great situation if you don't want to move do two DNs to D tackle, you move John Franklin Meyer to one spot, Jamar Stewart to one spot, Miles Murphy on the edge, and you put a Dafe away or Khalil Mack on that other edge, and you rock out. You rock out on defense. You can send Demetrius Knight, send Barrett Carter, whatever you want to do. Now you make these guys work. Now you're making third down something that third and long, something that teams don't want to get into with the Bengals. Years ago, that was the case because we had a DJ Reader, we had a Larry Ogunjobi, we had Sam Hubbard, but we would send Mike Hilton off that side. We had Jermaine Pratt off the middle linebacker blitz. We had Logan Wilson and Jermaine Pratt off the middle linebacker double A gap blitz. But now we don't have those. And to be honest with you, I don't think we should need all that when we have 7 DNs and none of them have taken a step forward. So we saw this year Miles Murphy show some promise, and it took 3 years for him to show promise. So now let's add to the room. So if we don't like what we see, we are not held, we're not hell bent on trying to find a defensive end off the rip. I feel like if we go and get a Dafe away, we go and get Khalil Mack and help our DN room, that puts us in a better situation going forward for this new season. Because the off season, we all have heard the phrase trenches win champions, trenches win the battle. Trenches win wars. That's the rule. Like we all know this. And to be honest with you, trenches win championships. Every team, every team that's won the Super Bowl had the better trench play. We can go back and look. Eagles, better trench play. Chiefs, better trench play. Chiefs again, better trench play. Buccaneers, better trench play. Like it's never been even the Rams when they won, the better trenches. Shout out to Andrew Whitworth, Bengal Hall of Famer, bro. Even though you won your ring with the Rams, you're still a Bengal to me, man. You're still a lifelong Bengal to me. But in the day, still better trenches. One play away from beating the Rams in the Super Bowl. Why did we lose? Because of the trenches. So again, let's make our money count and get guys that can help or upgrade our team. I think Khalil Mack helps us, i.e., for tutelage, i.e., for understanding how to pass rush, what moves, how to have a game plan going into the pass rush, how to move, how to maneuver and do certain things, i.e., contain or keep your leverage. I think that's a big one. We had a lot of time where we got out leveraged. So let's do that. If we want to go upgrade, Adafe away is an upgrade. John Franklin Meyer is a upgrade from BJ Hill. That's an upgrade. We could do a lot of things, but that was just a quick thing we wanted to get it. I wanted to get into. This is going to be a segment that we're going to be doing for the next couple episodes, where we're just going to break down holes that we feel like we can fill through free agency. And again, it's going to be defense first, and then we'll hop into the offense because defense has a little bit less. Defense has way more needs than offense does, and we know this. So again, watch out for the videos. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. And this is Jump In with Jack, man. Come find us. Come talk money with me. Come in the comment section. Have a good laugh. Have a good time. Let's talk Bengals football. Let's talk AFC North football. Let's talk NFL. Whatever your team is, let's talk it. Let's argue. Let's get into it. We don't duck no smoke around here. Like we say on Still Jumping, give him the mic. Let's talk. But again, man, don't forget, drink water, say a prayer, and don't forget, this is Jump In with Jack. That's JUMP, the letter N with Jack. If you need my social medias, it's Jump, the letter N with Jack, or Jump IN with Jack. That's or Jump In, JUPIN with Jack. Come find me. Let's talk football. And let's continue to get this train rolling, man. Roll to 100 subscribers, man. You already know what it is. And guess what? We are out.
Where were you at when I popped off? Riding the coupe with the top off. I cannot fuck with no knockoff. I'm in the stool like a pop star. Damn it, I feel like an outlaw. You wanna talk with about dog? I'm in the room with the outlaws. I'm in the room with the outlaws. Let me deliver the home run. I'm calling this one a walk off.